Here is the referee from Australia. Angus Gardner gets us underway. It is Scotland wearing the altered strip, as is the convention in Test rugby. The first carry there for Duan van der Merwe. George Turner just pops it up to Tia Schoeman. Well, Rory, what have Scotland got to get absolutely right today?
Well, I think if they start well, that'll be the key thing. They want to get into a rhythm, try and get the scoreboard ticking along, but it's got to be more of the same. They're looking for an 80-minute performance to dominate territory possession, and they're now at a level whereby they want to physically dominate Italy this afternoon and put them under huge pressure.
Yes, the reality is that Italy have stepped up. It doesn't necessarily reflect it if we look at the table. But those two performances, particularly the ones against France on the opening weekend in Rome, and again at the same venue against Ireland, when they frustrated a changed Ireland team. No doubt about that. Blair Kinghorn getting his first kick away, even if his first catch wasn't necessarily the most convincing. Nicotera, the hooker, has it. Starting his 7th straight game for Italy in the Guinness Six Nations, and he's rumbling forward here. Turner's on the floor, a penalty advantage is being played. It is against Turner. It's being superbly choreographed, this by Italy. Now can Scotland stop it?
Down by Italy here.
A metre out, the alarm bell's ringing early. Fusco has his hands on it.
Yeah, advantage.
Another new penalty advantage taken forward that time by Riccioni out from Fisco. There's Brex. Oh, and that time the ball goes to ground, but it's still been maybe another chance. And Brex, well, he couldn't find Jay-Z, and in the end, the lack of Italian precision.
Settle the nerves of the players and the crowd. It's given Italy an easy into this game.
No mistake that time from Tommaso Allen. That's what Turner does. Being met there by Nicotera. Ritchie. Here's Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones out the front of Merwe! Well, we know all about his strength and his power. Who knows? He could have shown here is something of a rugby ballerina.
I've got a grounding. You also got a grounding. Good.
The player was airborne, so
yeah.
I got a grounded, so I got on-field try there.
On-field try, check touch. Yeah, Brett, you there?
Go ahead, Angus.
Okay, so we've got an on-field try, we've got a grounding, but we need you to check the touch line for us, please.
Okay, Angus, on-field try, checking grounding and touch.
Well, he's a bit bigger than Rudolf Nureyev, but he moved a bit like him here.
Does he get his feet up? Oh, it's a brilliant finish. Wow.
So, Angus, on that replay, his feet are up, and I have the ball grounded.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
You can award the try.
Only one look needed. It's a world-class finish from one of the world's most predatory wingers. One opportunity with space in front of him. He knew what he had to do. It was his wherewithal. It was like a long jumper, knowing it came off the error. Hugh Jones gets on the outside shoulder, does just enough to hold the inside defender, Bruno. Desperate from there, I think it was Garbisi charging across, knowing that van der Merwe was going to go for the corner. He leaps off his right foot, plants it down with the right hand. It's an epic finish by Duan van der Merwe.
So, Tommaso Allen. Well, after the early sighter, the two that have followed have been straight through the middle.
Stay there.
Another penalty, and there's going to be a yellow card. It is going to be Italy's 5th yellow card of the championship. And off goes Danilo Fischetti. That time the
well done.
Italy scrum was solid. Ben White. Through goes Kinghorn. Eventually the damn wall is broken. Scotland move in front. They have their 2nd try.
And it's a reward a final reward for rolling the dice. Kinghorn, the try scorer. It's a decent strike rate, that, but just emphasising the threat. Kinghorn scores it, but believe me, the eyes of the defenders around the man who should have been tackling him. You just see Ben White takes it to the line. Blair Kinghorn actually has no right to score here, and I mentioned Fusco beforehand. Look at him, the scrum half holds for White, and then from there, as soon as a pass is given, he overchases. He's beaten on the inside shoulder, and after that, Michele Lamaro, the skipper, can't do anything. Ben White just looks at him. Fusco eyes out, and then the left-footed step. Blair Kinghorn just senses that Fusco has overchased, knows there's space on the inside.
And it's quite a skill, isn't it? Because you've got to hold up your own body weight, you've got to get your hands straight onto the ball. Here's Kinghorn to Bellotto. Van der Merwe. Scotland anxious to take full advantage. Carl Steyn in space. There's the offload. It was meant for Ollie Smith. And Jay-Z makes a significant contribution. It could well have been a try-saving one for Italy. Fed the ball back there too. Half-time score, Scotland 12, Italy 6. Dempsey scrambling along the floor. Less than half a metre out, the Scots.
Get your hands behind, eight.
This really would give them breathing space. Ritchie, the captain. Canoni that time, preventing the Scotland captain getting through. But there goes Ritchie again. And Dempsey trying to get his hands on the ball.
Hands behind.
White. Kinghorn goes himself, and for the second time today. Well, he's proving quite a deputy, isn't he, for Finn Russell?
The crowd find their voice. And Blair Kinghorn again. Scotland kept banging the drum, kept knocking at the door. And it's a brace for Blair Kinghorn. He's like having an extra back rower, but with the acceleration, just a little bit footwork. Sees he can go at the inside shoulder at Brex, who's also got to have eyes elsewhere, and goes at the outside shoulder of Negri. Just a little dog leg, goes into that dog leg. Smith does enough to interest Brex on the outside. And the acceleration of Blair Kinghorn tucks the ball under his arm, bursts through the tackle of Brex and gets over the top of his arms, crucially to free the ball up. Drives the ball into this Murrayfield turf, and it's a 5-pointer within 5 minutes for Scotland to kick off the second half.
The finish line of that top three finish just starting to appear over the hill for the Scots here.
Yep, good.
There was half an opportunity to counter, but now I think Ali Price choosing wisely to just get the foot on it and get Scotland further downfield, or be keeping it in play.
It's like an early spring day in Edinburgh. Here goes Jaycee. Garbisi to Garbisi. The captain. Brex. Morisi. Inside the Scotland 22 again here. The little ball squeezed through, and it's a try for the Italians, and it's that man Tommaso Allen. And Italy right back into the match. A warning shot fired across Scottish bows. This match is not over yet.
Oh, it was going to take something special. The Scottish frontline defence, very good, but just the identification of a short side. Garbisi, and then the space came in behind. You just see here, little 15-metre channel. It's actually a 4-on-3, still difficult to execute. Ollie Smith's had to step up into the last line of defence, into the front line. Garbisi sees it, sticks it on the little left peg. Short kicking game that Italy have been known for in this championship. The wherewithal of those two playmakers, Garbisi and Allen. Excellent execution. Left peg, two bounces, bumps up to Allen, nobody's in behind. Try time Italy, back in the game. Reward for keeping on going from the men in blue, and a 5-pointer to show for it.
And one of rugby's more crucial conversions. And Tommy Allen, well, almost looking a little fatigued there. That was quite a miss hit. So they remain 8 points down. Yeah,
the way that the pendulums at the back work, Ollie Smith just realising he had to step up to give a tackling option defensively. The space came in behind. Really excellent identification of that by Garbisi, and then from there you've got to execute. It was perfection. Left peg, little grubber kick through. Tommy Allen picks it up with plenty of free grass in front of him, dots down, and Italy back in it, albeit still just beyond the score.
And the assistant coach there, Marius Guerson, enjoying every moment of that.
No.
There's Alessandro Garbisi onto his elder brother. Tommaso Allen, Nacho Brex. That was a fantastic catch. Nothing tougher, really, in terms of the skills in rugby, than catching that one which is coming over your shoulder. Cummings, good hands. Kinghorn, not such good hands from Tuipulotu. And the turnover to Italy. And now it's Scotland who are making careless errors.
Side entry number 8.
I was about to say, Martin, the key thing for Scotland is just to not compound error on error. They've just conceded 5. Force Italy to play from inside their own half and just find some territory. Italy have had a good territorial period. A little purple patch whereby they've managed to find field position and build a bit of pressure.
You take a shot?
I think they're going to have a shot here.
Shot.
But as it is, the counter-attack comes. It was actually on in the outside channels, but Tuipulotu couldn't gather. Jack Dempsey deemed to come in at the side under the pressure, while Manuel Zuliani was over the top of the ball, and the open side off the bench rewarded for his hustle in and around the breakdown. And
Here we
Italy
are.
now the chance to narrow the gap to a single-score game, and kicking duties handed over to Garbisi. Slightly longer kick off the tee than Tommy Allen.
Kicking slide from the right of the post, which might just favour the eye of the left-footed kicker. Having made this call, BC with Fairley really does have to make it, and he's done just that. Italy back within a try. Kieran Crowley, a smile from the New Zealander.
Well, I tell you, the narrative of most people around this game was, oh, Italy will stay in the fight to the final quarter, and then Scotland will stretch away. As it turns out, so far the final quarter, in the 6 minutes we've had of it, Italy are 8-0. It could well have gone into the red. Does Scotland just need a number 8 pick and go, or a single carry, and then to get the ball out, and for 67,500 people to breathe a unanimous sigh of relief.
The arm is out from Angus Gardner. That will bring the penalty. Scotland will look to get the ball into touch, although perhaps they're looking actually for that 4th try. And Duan van der Merwe is off. What a finish to this match it is. Blair Kinghorn goes in. It is the 4th try. It is the full 5 for Scotland. What a climax. Italian hearts have been broken.
Forget the last 7 minutes of pressure. The heart rate of this stadium has just gone through the roof. The voice has been found. And Blair Kinghorn dots down a hat-trick. The credit has to go to the collective effort in the scrum, because they set the platform. Angus Gardner's right arm went out and said penalty advantage. Look at it, left arm rather. Penalty advantage. Kinghorn out to van der Merwe. Van der Merwe, jet shoes on. Kinghorn with all the athleticism to keep up, and from there, with 3 Italians trailing in his wake, Blair Kinghorn can get in support, dot down, and Scotland go from under their own sticks, staring down the barrel of a famous loss.
They will leave here empty-handed. Final score at Murrayfield: Scotland 26, Italy 14.